Hello student, welcome in our sixth lecture.
In the previous lecture, we discussed the resonance effect and its application. Now, in the today's lecture, we will discuss the structural effect in that the hyperconjugation. Okay, so hyperconjugation, it is nothing but it is the modification of a resonance effect. Why we called it as it is a modification of a resonance? Because in the resonance there is a delocalization of a pi electron takes place, right? This part we have seen in the previous lecture. Delocalization of a pi electron takes place in the resonance, while in hyperconjugation there is a delocalization of a sigma electrons takes place. So hence it is a modification of a resonance. It is modification of resonance effect. Okay, it is clear. Then the second point, it is a permanent effect. It is a permanent effect, while the electromeric effect, it is a temporary effect, but hyperconjugation is the permanent effect. It it influences the physical and chemical properties of molecule, and it is a it involves the delocalization of sigma electrons. This is the definition. Delocalization of a sigma electrons. It is nothing but the hyperconjugation, or it explained by the hyperconjugation concept. Okay, these are the 4 points to remember for the hyperconjugation. In the inductive effect, we discuss if alkyl groups are present, then electron donating inductive effect is more. Or in another word, we say that alkyl groups are electron donating groups. Alkyl groups are electron donating group, and the magnitude of inductive effect is also more when the alkyl groups are more. Okay. So for that we consider the example here. This is a tertiary group attached to carbon. Tertiary group attached to the carbon. Here only two methyl groups present and they attach to the carbon, and here the ethyl group attached to the carbon, and last the methyl group attached to the carbon. So in this case what happened, here three methyl groups are there, so due to that here the electron density is more, while here two methyl groups, and in this way the inductive effect is more in this case than this one, and last this is. Okay, this is methyl group, ethyl group, isopropyl group, and this one is a tertiary butyl group. So the order of inductive effect is like this. But if these groups attach to carbon carbon double bond, these groups attach to carbon carbon double bond, then suppose CH3 attached to carbon carbon double bond, then CH3 CH2 attached to carbon carbon double bond, this isopropyl group attached to carbon carbon double bond, and the last group, that is tertiary butyl group, attached to carbon carbon double bond. So inductive effect order is like this. While these groups, methyl groups attached to carbon carbon double bond, then the order get reverse. The order get reverse. Methyl group attached to carbon carbon double bond has the highest order. This behavior, it is explained by the concept of hyperconjugation. Why this order get reversed? It is explained by the concept of hyperconjugation. How? Then we discuss here. Here the functional group. So this is the alpha carbon atom. This one is the alpha carbon atom in this case. Here this is the alpha carbon atom, and here this one is the alpha carbon atom. Right? This alpha carbon atom contain 3 hydrogens. How many hydrogens are there to this alpha carbon? 3 hydrogens. In this case 2 hydrogens, and here only 1 hydrogen. There is a no hydrogens present at the alpha carbon. Okay, so in this case 3 hyperconjugating structures are possible, while 2 hyperconjugating structures are possible. Here 1 hyperconjugating structure is possible. There is no hyperconjugation. No hyperconjugation. That means as the number of hyperconjugating structures are more, then the stability of that compound is more. So here 3 hyperconjugating structures are there, hence it is a stable compound according to the hyperconjugation. Okay, so this is the concept of hyperconjugation. It is clear. Then how this hyperconjugation works, that we will see in the next part. Okay, it is clear. In this case this is the order of inductive effect, but this order get exactly reverse when it is attached to carbon carbon double bond, and this behavior, it is explained by the concept of hyperconjugation. Okay, then we see the examples which shows the hyperconjugation. For that we consider the example. What is the name of this compound? It is very familiar to us. 1, 2, 3 means it is a propene, right? This is a propylene. Okay, so here this one is the alpha carbon. This alpha carbon is having how many hydrogens? 3 hydrogen. So it shows 3 hyperconjugating structure. Hyperconjugation, it is nothing but the delocalization of a sigma electrons. Here the sigma electrons are present. This hydrogen, it is shifted to this side, and here we get this hydrogen, it is present in the close vicinity. This hydrogen, it is present in the close vicinity of that compound, and okay, this is the hyperconjugation. Again it is transferred to this side, and it take the hydrogen, and we get this structure. So this is for one hydrogen. Again for this hydrogen same, and again this hydrogen again same. So it shows the 3 hyperconjugating structure. Okay, in this way the hyperconjugation takes place. Again we consider the another example. In this case, how many hyperconjugating structures are possible? This is a functional group. So to this functional group, the carbon attached are called alpha carbon, right? And this to that alpha carbon, how many hydrogens are attached? 3 plus 3 plus 3, that is 9 hydrogen. Okay, so it shows how many hyperconjugating structure? 9 hyperconjugating structures are possible in this compound. More the hyperconjugating structure, more is the stability for alkene. Okay, it is clear. More the hyperconjugating structure, more is the stability of alkene. Okay, again we consider one more example and then we complete this hyperconjugation. CH3, CH2, C double bond, CH2, and here again CH3. So how many alpha carbon atoms are there? 1 and 2. To this 3 plus 2, that is 5. So it shows 5 alpha hydrogens, and for that it shows 5 hyperconjugating structure. It shows 5 hyperconjugating structure. More the hyperconjugating structure, more is the stability of alkene. Okay, it is clear. Then we see the next structural effect, that is tautomerism. The next structural effect, tautomerism. Tautomerism, it is nothing but when the two interconvertible isomers coexist in the equilibrium with each other, that phenomenon is called as a tautomerism, and that isomers are called tautomers. We write the definition first. When two interconvertible isomer coexist in equilibrium with each other, the phenomenon is called tautomerism, and the isomers are called tautomers. For that we consider the example ethyl acetoacetate. Ethyl acetoacetate, the example is CH H C double bond O OET. So in this case what happened? This hydrogen, it is shipped to this side and there is a formation of a OH double bond CH C double bond O OET. So here this is a keto form because ketonic group is there, and this is OH, so it is called enol form. So this keto-enol form explain the concept of tautomerism. When the two interconvertible, these are interconvertible isomers, exist in the equilibrium with each other, that phenomenon it is called as a tautomerism. Okay, it is clear. Then we see the next concept, that is cleavage of a bond. Next concept, cleavage means what? Breaking. Cleavage of bonds. Organic compound contain covalent bonds, right? Covalent bond, it is nothing but the sharing of the electron between the bond. Okay, for that we consider different types of bonds are there, sigma bonds, pi bonds. Okay, and the energy required to break that bond, it is a different also. For that we consider the example A and B, and this bond if get break and we get the two radical, then that breaking it is called homolytic cleavage. What it called? Homolytic cleavage, or it is called homolysis, or also homolytic fission. Fission means breaking or cleavage. So these three terms indicate the meaning of this reaction. A and B contain a covalent bond, and if we break this bond we get two radical, means there is a equal sharing of electron takes place, and equal sharing, hence the name is homolytic cleavage, or we called it as homolysis or homolytic fission. Fission means breakage. Okay, then we consider the same example. In that example, if this cleavage takes place towards one of the atom, and this is depend upon the electronegativity of that two atom. Okay, suppose here there is a formation of, by shifting the electron it acquire negative charge, and by donating the electron it acquire positive charge, right? So this reaction, it is called heterolysis. It is called heterolysis or heterolytic fission or heterolytic cleavage. Means what happened here? Here shifting takes place towards one of the atom, and due to that it acquire negative charge and this acquire positive charge. There is a formation of ion. That cleavage, it is known as a heterolysis. If cleavage takes place and we get a radical, then that cleavage, it is called a homolytic cleavage or homolysis. Okay, it is clear? So you have to practice for that. Then in the next lecture we will discuss the intermolecular forces and structure and reactivity of the organic molecule. So this part we will discuss in the next lecture. In the today's lecture we discuss the remaining structural effect, that is hyperconjugation and tautomerism. In that we also see one more point, that is the cleavage of bond, homolytic cleavage and heterolytic cleavage. Okay, thank you.